Yuki and John's Patreon.
All right, Yuki. We are...
John, we're back.
We're back in effect. We're back hanging out. We're talking about some crazy shit today.
Yes.
This was another suggestion that you had, and I think it's a great one, because I knew that I heard about this, but I didn't really look deeper into it until you mentioned how fucking crazy it is.
Well, actually, I do. What was that? His name? Not the John Bergio.
Bergio.
His buddy.
Oh, Fletcher.
Fletcher told me that.
Fletcher told you about... Okay, so today's topic is soaking.
Soaking, yes.
And we have Fletcher to thank. Now, soaking is... And I'm going to read this from Wikipedia, which isn't always true, but I think in this case it is.
It's there?
Yeah, it's on Wikipedia. So, soaking, and then in parentheses, it says sexual practice.
Okay.
And here we go. So it says soaking, also known as marinating or floating, is a sexual practice of inserting the penis into the vagina, but not subsequently thrusting, reportedly used by some members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. News sources do not report it being a common practice, and some Latter-day Saints have said that soaking is an urban legend and not an actual practice. Others report knowing church members who have soaked. One said it's difficult to... well, who cares about it if it's... Soaking serves as a purported loophole to a sexual conduct code of conduct called the Law of Chastity, which states that all sex outside of a heterosexual marriage is a sin, and further bars masturbation for church members. Oh, fuck that. While it purportedly circumvents the church's restrictions, top leaders have stated that it is wrong to touch the private parts of another person's body, even if clothed, outside of a monogamous heterosexual marriage. So what soaking is, in our terms, is you're ready to fuck, and instead of going in and thrusting in and out, because you fuck like a jackrabbit, right? You're like, boom, 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 you pound it.
Yeah, so...
You pound that pussy.
So basically...
Yeah.
You insert...
Then
that's it.
Freeze. You don't move.
No move.
You just have your cock in a pussy. And they're saying here, it's soaking is for heterosexuals. I wonder what the gay version of soaking is. Like if you put your cock into some guy's ass and you just sit there, they think you died or something. What the fuck is going on? It's like thrust.
Feel like a constipated.
There you go. You feel like that's what we'll call it, constipation. Yeah. But so this soaking thing, you sit there and you don't move. How do you come? How do you come, Yuki? You did this before, right? You soaked?
No.
Oh, you never soaked?
Well, I'm not the,
Mormon or whatever.
No.
Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints.
Like a bunny.
Like a bunny, yeah. Oh, you fuck! I'm like a barbarian when I'm there. I go nuts. I just like making noises and grunting and thrusting.
Isn't that the crime? I mean, so you insert, then no movement. But how do you come?
How do you come? I mean, you just like sit there.
You sit there like then. Okay, this is if you just sit there, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then
what?
Your dick gonna go.
It's gonna shrink, right? You're gonna lose your erections. I think,
right.
Unless you're so horny. Okay, the way I think soaking can work, and it might be amazing, is if you don't jerk off or have sex for like 6 months, and you're so horny that as soon as you insert it into the vagina, you just explode. You don't even need to thrust. You just put it in, soak for like a second, and then explosion.
Isn't that against human nature? Because the sex is, I think, two. Well, we're not. Well, we're animals.
Two reasons why we fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
One.
Yeah.
To have kids,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Two. To have pleasure, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't move, there's no pleasure. You just like.
It's just so they're saying it's a loophole.
No.
That it's because they're saying in the eyes of God or whatever, that it's a sin to fuck outside of marriage. So if you're with a woman and you're like, baby, tonight we don't have to fuck, we're just going to soak. And then it's like, oh, well, good, that's not a sin. And then you just soak for like a half hour and leave.
You know what?
What?
That's why Mormons, they can have more than one wife.
They can.
Yeah.
Oh, they're fucking... Once they're married, orgies.
Yeah.
They are fucking. They have like a different woman on every floor.
Right, but
Yeah.
it's not the sin.
It's not a sin. It's a party.
It's a party, right?
I want to be Mormon. I mean, what do Mormons believe in? Do you even know? Don't they believe some guy is Jesus or something?
I don't know about well the I'm not a religious guy. You know that. I
Yeah.
mean, but Mormon, it's crazy. I mean, do they believe Jesus?
I think they believe that some guy came back as Jesus and gave them a new book. All I know about Mormonism is from what I learned from the Book of Mormon, really. And then I know that they go door to door trying to prophesize or whatever the word is to like figure out to get you into the church and shit.
Well, only I know is they can have more than one wife. You don't drink. I mean, stuff like that. And then it's still same Christian or Catholic. I don't know. I mean, it's well, Catholic or Christian people they have sex, right?
Of course. I mean, so it's like from my experience and all the people that I knew who were Catholic.
Well, they can marry, they have a sex.
They get married, they fuck, whatever. But even premarital sex, it's like,
Right.
oh, it's a sin. You just go to confession and say, I fucked. And they say, well, we absolve you of that sin.
So
you
at
can
least,
get out of it.
So what this soaking thing?
It's a technicality. It's a loophole that you just put your penis in, let the vagina juices run over it, and then supposedly you are not a sinner.
I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the Mormon.
Yeah, me too. Shit. This is saying. Okay, let's just see the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because there's a okay, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is a restorationist, non-tradition Christian domination belonging to Mormonism. The church is headquartered in the United States in Salt Lake City and has established congregations worldwide. Let's see, but what do they believe? Wikipedia. Oh, the church was founded in Western New York in 1830 by Joseph Smith during the Second Great Awakening. Under Smith's leadership, the church's headquarters moved to Ohio and Illinois. After his death, the majority of his followers sided with Brigham Young, who led the church to its current headquarters in Salt Lake City. Church theology includes the Christian doctrine of salvation through Jesus Christ and his atonement on behalf of mankind. The church's open canon 4 scripture texts: the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of the Great Peace. Other than the Bible, the majority of the church's canon consists of material the church believed to have been revealed by God to Joseph Smith. So this guy Joseph Smith got these prophecies and all this shit that he started teaching to the church. They believe that the church president is the modern-day prophet, seer, or revelator, and that Jesus Christ, under the direction of the Godfather, leads the church by revealing he will come back. So this guy John Smith got visions in the 1800s and wrote these other books, and then shared it with the Mormons and said, "Let's go to Ohio and fuck as many wives as we can." That sounds good.
Now, did they do incest?
Oh, They don't say anything about incest, but I'm sure. I mean, there's incest everywhere. You go down the street, there's probably incest happening. Why do you think porn right now is all the stepbrother, stepsister? It's all incest. Everybody wants to fuck their family. Why? I don't know. I don't want to have sex with any of my family.
Well, I think go back to like a slavery time.
Okay.
And then I don't know if it's true or not. Roots and then those, I think African people, when they came here, well, then it's white people did it. It's like a dog breed.
Oh, God. Yeah, so they bred them.
So, instead of mix it, making a mixed blood,
Yeah.
you will, okay, let's say this one tribe,
Yeah.
they have a high quality African, skin, nice color, good, proportion, beautiful female, muscle, manly guy. In order to keep that, just like a dog breed, you want a Doberman or, in order to keep bloodline
pure or whatever.
pure bloodline. So they whole family, your brother, sister, they do so the blood doesn't mix up.
Jesus Christ.
That's
of Latter-day Saints. This is fucked up, Yuki. We started with soaking, and now we're on slave breeding.
But that's how I read something.
Right.
So
you think that the Mormons keep the bloodline?
Yeah, so they keep Mormon, same bloodline, no other blood,
outside sources.
other outside source. Yeah.
No outside soaking either.
Yeah.
That's why they named the new Star Wars show Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
That fucking Dave Filoni be soaking. But okay, so we went a little off topic.
Yes.
But okay, so do I think that there's... Of course I think there's incest in all this shit. I mean, there's incest everywhere. Everywhere you look,
right.
There's incest. And it's fucked up. I mean, humans are fucking fucked up pieces of shit. And to think, like, you can't even just... Like, in this soaking regard... Somebody somewhere was like, I'm so fucked up about sex that I'm going to make this ridiculous loophole that I can't thrust, but I could just put it inside. Like, you really have to be mentally fucked up to be thinking that way.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't want to disparage any... I mean, I'm fucked up. I do a lot of fucked up shit. I put lemon in my Diet Coke. I mean,
right.
I'm fucking weird. I do a lot of weird shit. But
right.
I don't put my penis inside without thrusting. I want to thrust. Oh, I thrust. Do I? I'm the best humper on the planet.
Well, but the by mistake that could happen. Let's say when you baby, brother sister separated, adopted this and that, and by accident when they are growing up. Fall in love.
Oh God, yeah, I've heard stories like that where
that could happen. And your real brother sister are sleeping together.
Ugh. Fucking Game of Thrones, man.
Is that the Game of Thrones?
Did you ever see Game of Thrones?
No, I don't watch it.
The whole inciting incident of that is that one of the kids of this family catches these two people fucking in their brother and sister, and then in order to keep the secret, they kill him, and then things happen.
Now, is that the by accident or in order to keep the bloodline
No, they
pure?
just found each other attractive and started banging.
Oh, then they found out their brother and sister.
Well, no, they already knew. They didn't care that they were brother and sister. They just wanted each other.
Well, that's totally incest then.
Total incest. 100% incest, yeah. 100% pure incest. I don't like that new porn where it's like, oh, my brother, my sister, my mother, this and that and the other thing. Whatever happened to just fucking strangers? I mean, that's the shit. You want to walk in and fuck a stranger. You don't want to fuck your family.
Okay,
family has too much baggage.
Let's say this woman has a kid.
Yeah.
This man has a kid.
Yeah.
Then they remarried.
Yeah.
So kids are not related, right?
But they are related through marriage, and you're supposed to take that... I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, but I mean, they're not related, so can they... fall in love and then marry?
Yeah, they can. Sure. I'm not saying they can't.
But then the paper, they're supposed to be
just,
present.
you're supposed to, like the Brady Bunch. You think they were all fucking each other? They were behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do a lot of shit. That's fucked up, man. I think, didn't even the mom have the kid? Or...
Right, the Florence Henderson and then older guy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't remember his name, but he was he wasn't the youngest one in Curls. I know that much.
Right.
But they had an affair. And then he also had an affair with the oldest girl. What's the oldest girl? The one who broke her nose with the football. Cindy? No, not Cindy. Cindy's the youngest one. Wait, here's a story of a man named Brady who was living with 3 girls of his own. And I forgot. All right. Okay, anyway, they boned.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting because there was the family, the Brady Bunch, the most wholesome family on TV. And then
yeah,
behind the
too,
scenes,
right? The Florence Henderson kiss in my mouth.
Yeah, you had a makeout session with Florence Henderson.
Yeah.
Did you taste it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
What'd she taste like?
Tastes like an older woman.
Oh, Yuki, come on.
No, tastes like a Florence Henderson.
Florence Henderson.
Yeah.
She was hot.
Yeah, well, she was old back then. Well, maybe 60s.
You could soak when you're 60s. You could soak until the day you die. Soaking.
Soaking, yes.
You ever hear that song, Stroking?
What?
I'm stroking. Stroking to the
Well,
east.
because you're too old
Stroking to the
so
west.
you have a
No, not have a stroke. Stroking. That's actually really funny. No, it's Stroking. Who sang that? It used to be on the radio when I was a kid. Stroking. And but stroke means like the way that you stroke your cock inside of a so you're stroking.
Oh,
stroking.
Okay.
But also you can stroke your cock when you're having masturbation by yourself. Yeah, I also don't like the fact that they're telling you can't masturbate. Why?
Who said that?
Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They're saying the masturbation's no good either. You can't smack it around.
What?
Yeah, why?
Yeah,
Wonder why. I mean, everybody comes out at some point in their lives and is just
Jesus is wrong.
That seems true in a lot of cases, unless he didn't preach this shit, and it's just people who take his preachings and teachings and morph it into this ridiculous shit like soaking. You think Jesus was like, thou must soak in order to not go to hell? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then
he was friends with prostitutes. They weren't soaking. They were fucking.
They're fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
And then what was that? What, eye for an eye? That kind
eye
of...
for eye, tooth for tooth. That's the Old Testament.
Did he say that?
No.
Okay.
Jesus never wanted revenge. He said,
I thought he wanted the revenge.
No, he didn't want revenge. He said, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Like, he was the one who was all about compassion and forgiveness and all that stuff. No, Jesus' teachings weren't about revenge. No, that's the Old Testament. That's Moses. Moses was all about revenge. Yeah, Moses was like, fuck the Pharaoh. I'm gonna fuck this motherfucker up. I'm gonna part the sea and then drown his people. Well, Moses was the revenge. That's
Moses is a more human being then.
Yeah, no. I mean, Jesus is the Son of God, technically the embodiment of God in a human body. Moses was just the dude who was like, fuck this Pharaoh. He's making us slaves. We're gonna find our own promised land and the milk and honey and all that stuff. And then he found the Ten Commandments.
But the Jesus talked to the God, right? I mean,
Jesus was God. So it gets
Moses talked to.
Moses did get visions and things like that. The burning bush, and he got information from God, but it wasn't the way that Jesus did. Because Jesus, in Catholicism, it's very complicated about the Holy Ghost, Jesus, and God. They're all the same thing. They're all the Trinity, the unity, but it's all one.
Confused.
I know, it's very confusing. So the Holy Ghost is the ghost of the holy. The Jesus is the man on earth, and then God is just the God. Like, he's the overseer of all that stuff. But they're all one and the same. And none of them soak. They didn't like sex. Jesus was chaste.
Well, if you don't like sex, then how will the human race continues?
I don't know. That's the thing I don't understand about religion is they make it all naughty. Like a lot of times religion, or at least in the Bible, like sex is like frowned upon, but violence is kind of okay. It's weird, right? Shouldn't it be the opposite? Shouldn't like banging be nice, and shouldn't everybody just like prostitution? In my opinion, should be legal. And it should be like going to the doctor. It should be like, if I want to fuck and I can't because I'm a loser or whatever the fuck my reasoning is that I can't get laid, I should be able to pay a woman who is willing, or a man, whatever, who is willing to fuck me for a certain amount of money, and then they, pocket the money and they live their lives. It should be an actual job, I think. Because I want to go to the doctor and fuck.
Now, is there any prostitution job for...
For you?
No. I mean, for disabled people. or handicapped people.
Like, can they be prostitutes?
No, the prostitute sleep with those
Sure,
disabled people.
It should be anything. Anybody who wants to get some sex on should be able to go to a licensed brothel or office of a sex worker, discuss what they want, consent to the sex, and then fuck it, and then pay. That should be legal. But we're so fucked up that we'd rather go, oh, we got to soak. What?
Okay, I was reading this article, and then this guy, he's mentally disabled guy. And then he was living in institute or those mental facility. Every weekend he can go home. So one time, the nurse or doctor asking like, okay, so every weekend you go home, what do you do weekend? And he goes, I'm putting it in my mother. So I said, what do you mean you put in your mother? That's because his mother wanted him to be a sex criminal. She was sleeping with him.
But why did she want him to be a sex criminal?
Because, the disabled people, but still you want to have a sex, right? Or jogging,
she didn't want him to be a sex criminal.
Right.
So the mother was putting out so that the kid wouldn't go crazy?
Right, so she was sleeping with him.
Oh, my God. That is the most fucked up thing that I think I've heard on this whole podcast.
But in the way it's fucked up, but isn't that the mother thinking like, well, I don't want my son to go raping everybody in the street.
Yeah, but the mother can. There are ways in this day and age that you can find a massage parlor. You can find a
right.
person
That's I think whoever heard that story. I think this person became a prostitute for disabled people.
Okay. Which I believe in wholeheartedly. I think that anyone should be able to go and find whatever flavor of person that you want to make love to.
Yeah, that was, but article I was reading it, then I said, gee,
God. But incest is too far. That's like, it feels...
Well, of course,
it seems to me that it would be very disgusting.
She became pregnant.
What? The mother became pregnant?
Yeah, with his own mentally ill boy.
Oh, no. Did she have it or did she get rid of it?
She got, well, she died later, but she had abortion, of course. She can't have a mentally ill baby.
Oh, my Yuki, what kind of periodicals are you reading? Where are you getting this information? The fuck are you reading?
I think I was reading in
Incest Daily?
Yeah, internet, news or something.
Right.
Yeah. But,
wow.
It happens, right? So,
I guess so. Look, there's so many fucking just like strange stories out there. And, who are we to judge in certain ways? But in other ways, there's just like obvious rules that you should never cross certain lines, I think. And I really feel that incest is one of them, not only because is it fucked up if you're fucking your family, but then if you have the kid, there's more of a chance for it to come out not right? It'll come out all deranged or
but
something.
But sometimes, you hear news, right? Even a couple of years ago, this guy kept your own daughter in the cage. And
what are you reading? Where are you? I try to avoid all instances of shit like this because I don't want to pollute my brain with this information. Like he kept his daughter locked up in a basement.
Yeah, and then then she had his own father's baby.
Oh God,
that's sad.
What's interesting is that we started with soaking and ended in incest, but do you think that something, a concept like soaking, could lead people to be deranged in their sexual thoughts?
I could be wrong, but generally speaking, it's fucked up sex style.
I think it's a fucked up sex style. Who are we? Like sex is weird in and of itself, but I think it's more weird to kill people than it is to lick a hole or something. I think that's my opinion.
But it shouldn't be, healthy, normal, fun thing to do.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we should just be, free love. Bring back
Right,
the 60s, right?
Well,
No?
I think 80s in the stop because when
Right, because the
all the AIDS,
and
came
gonorrhea,
out,
the clap.
and then there was no more one night stand. Like there was the time, you sleep, you meet a girl or you meet a guy,
Yeah.
and then sleep, and then and then next morning, and then then, holy shit, I didn't ask her name or his name.
Oh, that was the 60s?
time. See, that was the 70s, 80s, yeah. But then 80s, I think, maybe early 80s, but middle 80s, since AIDS or HIV, then, one night stand became a very dangerous
Hard to
thing.
do,
To do. So
Why couldn't I be alive before AIDS?
that was a good times, right? 60s, 70s, those one night stand.
Sounds cool. You meet some groovy hippie chick, and she's like, "Hey man, you want to smoke some reefer?" And then we'll, and I say, "Yeah, sounds good to
right?
me." You got a friend too? She brings 2-3 friends, and it's a whole
Right.
thing.
But it's a different time now, I think.
Yeah, now it's just the internet is revealing the deepest, darkest secrets of all
Right.
humanity. I mean, everything that is out there right now, it's just all out in plain sight, but you still have to dig to find these insane
Right.
things.
But remember when we were young, when the boys, secretly, looking for Playboy or Penthouse, and then you do your business, and then. But now these days you go internet and you can see everything.
Anything you want.
Right?
I bet you there's porn that's soaking porn.
Yeah.
I bet you could find that. I know that there was one in my travels over the pornography in the internet. There's like a Mormon thing where it's like it's the stories about like these Mormon girls and guys and they all fuck or whatever, but I didn't see any soaking.
Oh, no soaking.
No.
But then remember they don't do that anymore. But until like 5 years ago, Craigslist, there is you can
misconnections and all that. Yeah.
Then you connect and then the call girl show up in your door. I mean, right?
Yeah.
You don't even have to go, but. It's a different time, but I think some kind of thing, and then they cut that section out.
Look at this soaking porn.
What?
It's real. They have it.
They have
The
it?
soaking porn, soaking. Pure taboo. Mormon couple soaking experiments end with accidental cream pie. Accidental cream pie.
Wait a minute.
That's a good band name.
Yeah, but why cream pie is accident? I mean...
Well, because I guess maybe the whole idea of soaking is not to have a cream pie. You just like have it in there and it feels good and then you leave and then you jerk off later.
Oh,
I think.
so you're not supposed to...
You're not supposed to... I don't think so. I mean, if they're having accidental cream pies, soaking videos.
But then what's the point?
I don't know.
So you don't make baby?
I mean, not unless you're married. Hey, look, soaking saga with swapped stepsis. So not only is there soaking, you're right. It's related to incest. I think. I mean, people like this shit.
yeah.
This says soaking saga with swapped stepsis. Oh my God, Yuki! It's all over the internet. This soaking.
I think it's a fucked up sex practice. I think so. Don't join the Mormon. Mormon is no good. Only good part is you can have more than one wife.
Yeah, you got a lot of wives, and then you bring all those wives together, and you have a party, and then
Right, but I mean, you can have sex. You just can soak.
No, if you're married, you could fuck like a crazy person.
Well,
yeah. I think this is mostly a premarital thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was reading on that Wikipedia page. It said that some guy got kicked out of Brigham Young from the basketball team because he was soaking all over the place.
Oh my God!
Imagine you get kicked.
That's right, Brigham Young. They're good in basketball.
Yeah.
But they're
Bad at
more
soaking,
bad. So yeah.
And the song that I was talking about, "Strokin'," is by Clarence Carter. Everybody look that song up. Clarence Carter, "Strokin'," and it's got 11 million views on YouTube.
Stroke, you mean this?
No, stroking, I think not jerking off. Like he's stroking inside like he's stroking in the vagina. Because he says, I'm stroking to the east, I'm stroking to the west, I'm stroking to the girl that I love best. I'm stroking. So he's stroking. Or maybe he is jerking off. I don't know.
Well, instead of hand, you
stroke in the woman.
Vagina.
Yeah. You masturbate with the vagina sometimes.
But isn't that the same thing, the sex?
Fucking. Yeah, he should have just called it fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good song though. It's a nice song. Here, let's look on Twitter and see if there's any information about soaking. Let's see if people are fighting about soaking the way that they're fighting about the flat Earth. Soaking. Let's see. Let's see. Just a girl and her bump getting soaking wet. Oh no, pregnancy. I mean, I'm fine with pregnant, but I don't want to see pregnant porn right now. I'm talking about soaking. How does pregnant porn have to do anything with that? I mean, oh my, so tired of soaking through my panties when I'm literally not even doing anything.
Well, soaking, that's the getting wet?
Yeah, she's saying that she's so tired of soaking through her panties when she's literally not even doing anything sexual. So she's just saying that she's always wet.
Always soaking
she's
wet.
Soaking wet. She is just wetter than, and that's...
How? I mean
she's just always horny.
Horny.
Oh, there's a lot of soaking about wet pussies. This one is saying... I'm so horny, my pussy is soaking, and then it has the crying emoji. That's at babylove8829. So there's a lot of people. Oh. Just had the best orgasm I've ever had. My whole hand was soaking wet by the end of it. Fuck.
She used the finger?
Yeah, she's fingering herself. Fuck, I need to try touching myself standing up more often.
What the heck? Is that
Twitter?
Twitter?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dude, it's like the Triple X internet news. And
internet news. You just type in the word soaking, and then you get it on Twitter, and it gives you the top results. Here's one. This doesn't have anything to do with anything about sex. 2 writers who were very cruel to me are having moments, and I need you all to know that I'm not being silent because of my immense grace and kindness, but rather because revenge, like a hoagie, is best served long and after soaking in its own juices for a day or two. Soaking. She's soaking in her revenge.
So soaking is really, really sexual.
Yeah, man. Soaking's really sexual. Soak. You're gonna soak in the juice,
Yeah.
I don't know. So, then you could soak in the sun. You ever hear that song by Sheryl Crow? I'm gonna soak in the sun. That means that she's outside soaking with her lover in the sunshine.
Oh, so it's really sexual.
Yeah, Sheryl Crow wrote a Mormon love song.
Is she Mormon?
No, but she had some Mormon soak with this boy outside in the sun. Soak in the sun.
Soaking.
I'm gonna soak in the sun. Oh, look at this one. Soaking and smoking. That's what this woman's doing. She's in a bathtub smoking some reefers and soaking in the thing.
So is that soaking, she's masturbating or she's peeing or what?
No, she's just in the bathtub smoking a J naked, and it's just like some people like to watch that shit. I'm down. Whatever. It's fun. I love it when my favorite movies make me soaking wet. If your face isn't soaking wet, did you even suck his cock? They're asking a lot of interesting soaking questions here.
Yeah.
The internet is something else.
Huh.
I wish I was soaking some dick right now. Oh, this woman says it, and she's that nympho. THAAT. Nympho. There's a lot of porn on Twitter.
I can't believe it's not even porno. The site, right? It's just
Twitter.
Twitter,
I
right?
just wrote soaking, the word soaking, and it came up like everybody's fingering, blasting themselves.
So sex is everywhere.
Sex is everywhere you look. Everywhere you look, there's a heart and somebody who needs you. So Yuki, when's your next soaking session? You got somebody you soak? Won't you want somebody to soak?
I may have to go,
I know what you're saying. You're gonna have to go another state to soak. All right. Well, that was soaking. Sorry, we got a little dark in places, but also horny. I mean, the whole thing was a roller coaster ride.
Right.
My cock got hard, soft, sideways. It was a wild ride, Yuki, today.
That was wild, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, if you... We want to thank you all for joining us. Maybe you won't ever join us again after this episode.
But I mean, you know, in a way, it's not just sexual. It's about religion. It's about the Mormon and something, you know, we're not familiar with.
No, we're not familiar. And of course, if we're not familiar with something, we trash it, right?
Well,
we destroy
only I can say is I'm really happy nothing to do with the Mormon.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, when I fuck, I'm gonna thrust. I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna backflip. I'm gonna side. I'm grinding. You know, you're gonna. You ever do circles? You gotta do circles, Yuki. You gotta do the twist. You know, like you know how like you do a hula hoop.
Yeah.
That when you get your eyes. Yeah. Sometimes I go like and I do the circles.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm really good in bed. Anybody wants to find out, just soak me a call. All right, thank you so much. We got it.
Thank you so much.
Just joking. I love you, Liv Shack. You're my favorite woman in the world. I love you. Bye.
Yuki and John, Patreon.